Welcome to Timeless Chronicles. Explore history from the fascinating story behind the girl with the Mohave tattoo. Subscribe now for captivating content that takes you beyond time. Timeless Chronicles, History. Enjoy this video. At the time, the desert was a place of extreme conflict between settlers and Native Americans. In the days of the Oregon Trail, travelers headed west were exposed to serious danger, but many of them packed up and left the East anyway. Along with the enticing gold rush, there was another promise drawing settlers across the continent: the Mormon Holy Lands in Utah and California. Most of Olive's family were killed in a raid in 1850. The Oatman family, Royce, Mary, and their 7 children, were making their way from Illinois to Missouri to join up with fellow Mormons. They were members of a branch of the Mormon faith called Brewsterites, who believed that the true Mormon gathering place was in California rather than Utah. Olive Oatman and her younger sister were kidnapped by the Yavapai. Although Olive initially identified her kidnappers as Apaches, it is much more likely that the tribe was one of the Yavapai subgroups. Historians have used clues like how much and how far they traveled, as well as what they ate to determine their course. But it's unlikely that the name of the tribe made any difference to 14-year-old Olive and 7-year-old Mary Ann at the time. They were traded to the Mohave tribe, where they were given their tattoos. After a year as slaves, Olive and Mary Ann were traded to the Mohaves. They lived a much better life with their new captors, not as slaves, but more like adopted tribal members. That's where Olive received the tattoo that she would carry for the rest of her life. Olive and Mary Ann had opportunities to escape, but didn't. The two girls seemed to have assimilated well among the Mohave, blending in with their new adopted family and forming strong bonds with their new mother and sister. Mary Ann died while in captivity with the Mohaves. Although the two girls lived a relatively comfortable life with the Mohaves, the desert was never without its dangers. In 1855, a drought swept through the region. The resulting famine took the lives of many Mohaves and Mary Ann. Sho would have been around 10 years old. Olive was rescued in a trade and released back into settler life. Soon after Mary Ann passed away, there were rumors that a white girl was living among the Mohave. Once word got out, the white settlers tried to get Olive back by negotiating a trade with the tribe. The tribe wanted to keep her and Olive wanted to stay, but eventually the Mohave gave in to their fear of the U.S. government and negotiated. The government got Olive as well as her adopted Mohave sister Topeka in exchange for some blankets, beads, and a horse. Olive cried as she parted ways at Fort Yuma with the only sister she had left. The town of Oatman, AZ is named in her honor. The small town of Oatman, AZ started out as nothing more than a cluster of miners living in tents. It quickly expanded once gold was discovered nearby, but only to roughly 3,500 people. Today it's preserved as an authentic Old West town, complete with staged gunfights and even wild burros roaming the streets. The town has used its history as a tourist attraction to survive several devastating blows, such as a fire in the 1920s and the loss of Route 66 in the 60s.